This is not your typical Google Ads case study. Let me show you why. Okay, so date range, July 1, 2021 to June 30th, 2022, approximately 365 days. We managed to, Google Ads being the number one marketing channel, we managed to increase their visits by 60%. Conversion rate remained roughly the same. Orders increased by 41% from 19,000 to 27,000. Annual revenue increased by 72% from 2.5 million to 4.3 million. Customers increased by about 41%, 17,000 to 24,000. And average order value increased about 21%, $132 to $161. Looks like your old average awesome Google Ads case study, right? Well, let's fast forward a year after that. Not such good results. We didn't manage to increase their visits by a lot, but guess what? The same old formula that worked wasn't working. The changes in Google Ads ecosystem, the privacy restrictions, the launch of Performance Max, the switch to Google Analytics 4. The same things that we did weren't working. And we had to reinvent ourselves. We were down in conversion rate by a lot. Our revenue shows up about 16%, but really that just accounted for inflation. Customers were down about 2.5%. Our overall Google Ads investment was significantly higher than the previous year. The only thing holding account again for that revenue inflation was average order value going up by about 18%. So this is where it gets into not your average case study. So what did we do? Well, this now is September of this year through today compared to the previous year, which you can see when my face is blocking right here. We managed to get back on track. We have more visits to the website, a roughly the similar conversion rate, 26% more orders for 3,500 to 4,500, 40% more revenue from 654,000 and almost a million in 2 months. An off season. Customers, 24% increase, 3,400 to 4,200, and average order value to increase as well, about 9%, from $182 to $200. This is the reality of what Google Ads means to small business. Again, date range, January 1st to October 31st, 2023 versus the same time frame in 2022. Look at these lines. We did pretty good going off the gate, but then we started to plateau and we spent more money and invested, and the same things did not work as they once did. And finally, in September and October, we tried something different. We tried something a little bit different. Also August. We experimented, we tested, we tried different things. We researched, we analyzed, we listened. We failed a lot. That's why it's not your typical average case study. Because over these 4 screenshots that I showed you, I cannot even put into words the type of emotional roller coaster this was to get back on track. And I can't promise that it is back on track. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through a little more situations in this video and show you what this really means. Stick around. Take 1,000,008. Guys, I'm excited today. Welcome back. David Feldman-Makrias here, bing, bang, boom. And we're going to go over some case studies, specifically the type of results that if you are an e-commerce business generating online sales and you advertise on Google, if you aren't seeing results like this, then maybe you should take a look at your marketing, because this is what's possible. This stuff excites me more than anything. I'm a numbers guy. I'm a nerd. So is a lot of my team members. There are other nerds on my team that don't like numbers as much, but they do like stick figures and just kidding, different drawings and things like that. Marketing that works. But we all thrive to want to make the difference. And what does that mean? It means, really separating ourselves apart by helping you and your business separate yourselves apart from all your competition. So I'm excited. Without further ado, let's get into the case study. I want to show you guys exactly what the difference we can help make. Currently, in the back end of BigCommerce, one of my clients, I am looking at their store overview. And we took over for this client back in 2017, 2018, and been with him ever since. Longevity, customer relationships, client management, that's one of the things that we hang our hats on, because it's not just about giving the actual value. It's also about, making sure the client service is there. Because a lot of these marketing companies, the client service just really isn't there. So anyways, looking at results from July 1st, 2021 to, this really should be this should really be 6/30, so we can see a full year of 2022. And I'm comparing the previous time frame, so let's just apply that. Shouldn't be that big of a difference. So these are the main metrics that we care about, right? So what happened? Well, the website traffic increased. Awesome. Our conversion rate shows to have went down, but that's going to naturally happen when you increase the site traffic about 60%. Orders increased from 19,000 to 27,000. That's a 41% increase. Revenue, the big guy, $2.5 million to $4.3 million. Customers, from 17,000 to 24,000. Average order value from $132 to $161. These are the metrics that matter. This is what we all want to see inside of our online businesses. How can we scale? Well, we are the primary advertising source. We do a lot of this through Google. If you're not seeing results like this, you need to understand why. Because there could be a lot of things that we do and we help you consult that you can lead you to growth like this. It is possible. It definitely is possible. It's actually probable if we have the right factors in the situation. So again, this is 2021 to 2022 results versus 2020 to 2021. And the reason I chose July 1 is because that's when the client actually, it was back then when the client actually switched website hosting. So now let's change the date range, because I want to show you results as they progress. So let's change our date range, because something interesting happened. Okay. And it's not all good all the time, though. That's the thing. Like, not all of this marketing stuff goes the way you want, especially when Google is your primary advertising source and makes a bunch of changes regarding Performance Max, Google Analytics 4, privacy restrictions, so on and so forth. So let's apply. All right, so what happened here? So now this is same time frame comparison just a year later. What do we have? We have a 110% increase in visits to the site. Our conversion rate dropped, though, significantly. Okay, we went from 27,000 orders to 26,000. We went revenue from 4.3 million to 5 million. Our customers went down by 2.5%. Our average order value increased, though, by 18%. We didn't see the same type of growth, especially this year. February, March, April, May, June. We plateaued. We were actually doing pretty well up until those points where we weren't seeing the same type of growth. Honestly, it took us a while to figure out the right combination and the right configuration of the Google Ads campaigns, specifically utilizing Performance Max. We were finding standard shopping didn't always work. Performance Max didn't always work. We set it up a ton of different ways with 100 plus asset groups, with one asset group, with all these different combinations. And through that, we learned pretty valuable things. Because here's the real kicker, right? Here's the real kicker. So this doesn't look as powerful as the first one. It's like, oh, David, does your team really even care? Do they really know what's going on? Do you really have the results, the proof in the pudding? Well, we were questioning ourselves too. Did we really know? Did we really understand what was happening? Could we anticipate the growth? Like, not everything turns out to be good, right? But we stuck with it. We learned every day. We tried new things. And I can't say that we have it all figured out, but we're seeing some pretty good success now. So note that this is June 30th, 2023 that we're looking at. We're currently in October. Let me show you what happened just this month. compared to the previous year. Check this out. 54% increase in visits. Conversion rate holds steady. Decreased by 10%, but 1.29 to 1.14 is pretty comparable. With 54% increase in visits, we pumped a lot more traffic. Now, we have to do this at scale. The client only has a limited budget what they can spend. Orders have increased by 40% year over year. Revenue has increased by 40% year over year. So let me go back to orders. Orders have increased by 40% year over year, 1,700 to 2,400. Revenue has increased 40% year over year, 335K to 468. Customers increased by 36%, 1,700 to 2,300. That's an increase of 623 orders. Average order value has remained the same. We have brought more customers. Again, Google being the primary driver of traffic to the website that myself and my team are managing. Again, that was in July when we were feeling those instances and results. Now let's go back to September. And then we're going to compare versus the previous, if I can. Presets versus previous year. It didn't work. Last month. All right. I'm proud to say in September, we started to get back on track. We had a similar amount of visits from the previous year, but our conversion rate went up. We started to see increase in orders again, 1,800 to 2,000. We started to get 38% more revenue, 318,000 to 438. We had 13% more customers. We had an increased average order value. And we did not increase the budget significantly to neglect or negate the warrant of these awesome results. Did we increase the budget in certain areas? Yes, but we did it at scale that made sense for the business. So what does that look like? Well, let's do a year to date versus the previous. This is what's happening. In the beginning, and this is really where the proof is in the pudding. In the beginning of 2023, we were still ahead. But then with the introduction of different performance max settings, Google Analytics 4, we faltered for months. We tested things for months. It kept me up at night. It kept my team up at night. It drove me insane. It led me to research. It led me to buy books. It led me to buy courses. It led me to buy everything, right? Now, we see a little bit of light. September, October, we see massive differences. Are we out of the woods? I don't know. I really don't. But this is the difference that we make for this business. They pay us to help them grow their business and yield success. Many things happen in the market. I can't guarantee these type of results for you, but what I can guarantee is we have a lot of insight, and a lot of what we learned is from not only our success, especially early on, but also our failures. It did not feel good for this account that was just so rock solid for so long to just take a dive. It really did not feel good. But it's really in the time when you don't really know what's going on, or you have to learn something new and you have to reinvent. That's when you can succeed. And by this blue line separation in the months of September and October, we have started to get back to that awesome growth of what we were expecting. That's what business is about, right? And that's what true marketing partners are about. This is what it's about. I can't guarantee these results for you and for you, your clients, your business, whoever's watching. But I can guarantee that if you work with myself and my team, we're going to do absolutely everything within our power to test, to research, to basically launch the campaigns that we think will work the best for you. Because at the end of the day, businesses live off of revenue, and we put our money where our mouth is. We're not going to promise that everything's going to go happy-go-lucky all the time. Honestly, we're looking at scary situations in the economy and international politics. There's a lot of scary stuff going on. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. And you can trust us, myself, my team, to want to do the absolute best job that we possibly can, because this is what we thrive off of, this is what we do, and this is what it means to be a difference maker. Thank you. And if you're at all interested in any of this content, how we did it, what we're doing, what this means, I'd be more than happy to dive in. And if you're a business owner out there and you're interested in scaling your business more and getting more for your money, then contact us. Like, comment, subscribe. We love this stuff. This is what we do. So we'll see you in the next one. Thank you.